Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If today is your first time, you're welcome, and if you've been part of this family, I just want to say thank you for watching my videos and God bless you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. This is a good place for you to stop and we can work together. You teach me and I teach you as well. Bring me things and I'll bring you things as well, because we don't know it, or you know something and I know something, so we share. That is what this channel is all about, to help each other to get through life. Please, 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 stop here. You will not regret it. I'm going to jump straight into this video, and I kind of know that this particular video is going to make, most people would think this is crazy. Well, it doesn't matter what you think, but what it is that someone is going to be set free from this video, and that is all I am after. Now I'm gonna go to probably the final end or not. We don't know yet. Let's go. As we go, we'll see where we're gonna end up. Like the last time I stopped at where I kind of didn't go to the cemetery for, I think, 2 years or 3 years after I kind of did that first deliverance. I call it deliverance now because I know it's deliverance. After we went to church to pray for the 3 days, and I made a vow and I said, God, if you kind of deliver me from going there, since if it is wrong, that was my word, if it is wrong, like they have said, deliver me from it. And if you deliver me, I will come and tell them, I will come and testify in your house that this is what you've done for me. And he kind of did it for me at 2 years. A year or so I didn't go, and then I realized after a year that I didn't go. So I kind of said, okay, fine, he has done his part, so I need to give the testimony. And I just couldn't give the testimony. How to stand there before 700 people, or between 5 and 9 or 1,000 people, kind of, to tell them that this is what I have been doing, or this is what I did. I kind of found this so strange, and I did not give the testimony for a while. So one day we went to our London program, the meeting we do yearly, and I kind of started feeling this pain that I normally feel when I feel it to give it and I refuse to give. So there it was kind of the pain was kind of intense. So I kind of got up and I went to the ushers and I said, okay, I want to give my testimonies. They didn't ask me what it is. So they said, okay, join the queue. I joined the queue and it was moving, and I was feeling like I could not give it in my church. That is probably like, let's say 600, 700 or 800, less than 1,000. And now I'm here where they have hundreds of thousands to come and give my testimony. That I would rather now say, Lord, please, I'll go and give it in my church. This one, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I was going to go off the queue, and one of the usher ran and said, no, you have to give your testimony. Since you are out now, you have to give the testimony. I said, no, I changed my mind. I'm going to go and give it in my church. And she said, no, you'll do it here because you don't know why you came out. And if you go, you don't know what might happen. So give it here. So they now came, they were all talking to me to give it, and I was shaky. They said, no, you must give it here, please. And then we did. They even followed me to the pulpit because they thought if they let me go alone, I might just kind of sneak out. But they followed me to where they know that I cannot anymore. Even told the minister, I said, make sure she gives her testimony. And then I went there, and there I stood and I started giving I was more or less crying. The only thing I think they could hear is I used to go to cemetery and I don't go anymore. Every other thing that came with it, I don't think they heard me because I was crying as I was saying it. I was shaky, I was afraid, I was crying, I was saying it. And I gave my testimony there, and I got back home. We got back home from London, and then I think weeks after or months after, I can't remember exactly now, but after a long time, and I had this dream. That is why I say, if you are not spiritual, this part you think someone is crazy, or you think otherwise, or you think they are something is wrong somewhere. But no, this is the truth, and I will tell you the truth so that you know that this is the reason why I say spiritually is no good. And if you take the spiritual out of it, let's say, okay, normally anything that will drag you back, when I mean drag you back, let's say you are getting over what has happened to you, you are going, your life is going, then you remember, you come back to the beginning, and you nurse that thing a bit before you start going. You notice that it's taking you back every time you want to progress. It's taking you back. It's not good. And when I was going there, when I feel that pain, to be honest with you, when I remember and I feel that pain, that burden, I will go there and I'll come back, and it takes me 2 3 days to kind of get over that feeling before I started doing things and forgetting again. When I mean forgetting, obviously you remember these things every day, but the pain does not continue like that. The pain comes once in a while, and that time I think you need to talk to someone, or you needed to do something or to speak out to kind of ease you. But because I wasn't speaking out, that is how I was easing myself as well. So that is why I say forget the spiritual part. The normal part, or the normal life we live now, it is still not good because it's dragging you back. And then to talk of those who are believers that knows what the spiritual is, by the time I finish explaining this, you know that yes, it's not really good. So I kind of, after a while, months I think, or weeks or months, but a while, I had this dream at home, and then this man came to me. He came in the, if it's just any man, I probably wouldn't have followed him, because that is dreams for you. He came in the name of a pastor that I really 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 respect, that I respect him a lot. And he came and he kind of beckoned to me like, let's go. And I'm looking at him like, where are we going to? At when did we started going, together? We see in church and that is it. Or we kind of, if there's a service, then I see pastors and we leave ourselves there. We don't, there's nothing like outside church. So when did this happen, that this pastor will come to my house and beckon and say, let's go? So I was like, okay, well, I went with him, and then he took me down to the cemetery there. As soon as we got to that cemetery, I don't know how we got there, whether by leg or taxi or whatever, or car, I don't know. But all I know is that we'll find ourselves there, outside there, and he's like, let's go in. I said, no, I'm not going in, because I've already made a vow that I'm not going in there anymore, so I'm not going. And he just smiled at me, and he just kind of beckoned again. And then I followed him. It took me through the same route I've followed for years. That is the route he took me through. We went right there to stand in front of my kids, their grave. And I was looking at his face to know why we are here. And I could see his face looking at something straight. And I traced his sight, and I went and I was looking at where he was looking. All I saw was just stars sparkle. I saw something sparkle, and then I look at it very well. Then I'll see something of mine that is not missing. I am not joking here. You guys will think I'm just making this up, but it's up to you. But those with revelation will get this, and it will work for them. I will just see, when I follow the spark like that, I will see something of mine. Maybe like when I meet something of mine, like purse, like ID card, like things that I didn't lose. I will just see it, and I will see that it's mine. I'll pick it up. I'll like, no, this thing is not missing. So how? And I didn't bring it here. So how is it? I'll pick it. Before I finish talking again, when I looked at him, I'll see he's looking at there again. I'll see spark, like sparkling, like star, something will just kind of spark like that. I will look, I'll see something of mine. And that was how I was picking and picking and picking and picking. Dreams can be so funny. I was picking, and when I finished picking, why I say I finished picking is that when I looked at him and he was not looking the way he was looking anymore, I kind of have that. And then he just, he's just kind of, let's go. And then I followed, and we were walking through that same route. And in other places, I started seeing spark like that, and I was picking these things as well. I was picking my thing. I was saying, did it drop when I was passing here, or how did it get here? That, until we got outside. When we got outside the cemetery, he just looked at me, and he just smiled at me, and he just more or less like, we are done here. And I said, okay. And I started going, and he too went, and I go home. And I started saying in the dream, when did I lose all these things? I didn't have a bag to put them, but somehow everything I picked came home with me. So I kind of woke up from that sleep, and I knew that something good has happened. I kind of spoke to a man of God, and he told me what happened. And I had that same feeling. And at the end of the day, what am I trying to say? When you go there, you don't know what happened in the spiritual, because all these things I'm picking, I still had them in my house. I didn't lose them, but I don't know how they are there, that I'm picking them. And one thing I noticed after this whole thing, things started coming. I started doing things easy. Things became easy for me. Unlike before that, things were just dragging and dragging and dragging. I started finding out that if I want to do something, it will be easy for me, and if I do this, it will come out well for me. And even if it does not come out immediately, it will come out. Unlike before that, it will drag. Things started, kind of, I started having more revelation. I started having more peace of mind to do things, and I will go straight to do them. And things started happening. I cannot explain to you how it's happening or pinpoint to you or tell you, because there are some things I don't want to show you that this is what from then, this is how far God has brought me. I don't want to go there yet, but I tell you, things started happening well for me, and I am grateful that it's like the deliverance was done outside, and then it was completed in the spiritual as well. The spiritual control the physical, the Bible says. I believe in that, and I am kind of telling you it is the truth. So when you are going into the cemetery for whatever reason, if you're going with people that are going to that are mourning, or people that are if there's a funeral, you are going in there, please, please, please pray on yourself that you will go in there, you will come out intact, that nothing of you will be missing. Because from this thing, I cannot believe that you can just walk carelessly in there and something will happen without you knowing it's happening. That is what I got from this revelation, to be honest with you. I know you will not believe me, I know you will not take it serious, but it's your life. Do what you want to do with your life. If you're going in there, please pray on yourself, cover yourself with the blood, and make sure you go in there and you come out with everything intact, and nothing should be taken from you, knowingly or unknowingly. That is why I say at the end of this thing, you will know. And for you that has been going there, if I were you, if you're a Christian, please try and do a deliverance for yourself. You can do it on your own. You can pray on yourself. You can go to, if you go to church, you can tell your pastor to pray for you, or whatever you believe in. Try and do some deliverance. I believe in the living God, and I went to the living God not because I knew it was it was like this. I went for deliverance. I went to church and I got my deliverance, and my deliverance wouldn't have been completed if I did not pay my vows. So please try and always pay your vows. When you vow, it's not only in the house of God, even friends. If you are talking to friends and say, oh, if I get to this place, I'll do this for you. When you get there, do it for them. Because if you don't do it for them, that thing would kind of stand against that thing that you kind of mention. Do it for them. Any vow you have made in life to anyone, Christian or not Christian, try and do it. If you tell your mom, oh, I'll buy you this if I get this, when you get that thing, please do it for them, because there's a blessing that comes with all these things, and that thing will be good for you, and that thing will make meaning to you than something hanging over it and dragging it from where it should go. So please, 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 the Bible even said it that it's only, I don't want to quote it wrongly, but what I got from it is that it's only a fool that does not pay his vow, and God prefer you paying your vows to him. So I'm not going to quote that Bible passage because that is not in my head at the moment, so I don't want to get it wrong and quote it wrongly. So but please, please, pay your vows. Pay your vows to whoever, not only if you're a Christian or in the church, whoever you promise something, make sure you always pay your vows. If I didn't give my testimony, probably it wouldn't have completed. If you look at it in the Bible, even the case of the people that God healed, only one came back. The rest did not go back. And the one that came back, what did he say to them? I said, look, he is made whole. That means he wasn't made whole. He was delivered before, but he was not made whole. But the one that came back was made whole. I gave my testimony, and it took me there, and everything they took from me that I didn't know they took from me, or whoever they are, or however I lost those things, he gave it back to me spiritually, and life became easier for me. So please pay your vows and stay away from the cemetery if you can. I'm not saying don't go there if you're going with people, or you kind of, but this unnecessary going because you are mourning, try and deal with it. Find a better way of, comforting yourself, or a better way of kind of helping yourself through that pain, because I tell you, the pain is something that you cannot tell anyone. The pain is something that no one can take from you, but God can take that pain from you. Only Him can take that pain from you. And remember, these people that we are mourning over, He created them and He took them. These children that we are mourning over, He gave it to us to have for those minutes or seconds or hours or days that we had them, and He took them. For me, when I lost them, I was kind of grateful that at least in all these years, is it 18 years or how many years, or 19 years, in all these years, at least I got to hear my babies cry. I got to hear the cry of a baby, so it was better than nothing. So in that way, I appreciated Him, and that is why I'm telling you, no matter what, it is God. Sorry. So be grateful and kind of move on with your life, and you'll see things will start happening. And I'm gonna love and leave you here. Take care. Bye.